Cancer prevention has long been a top priority, but new research reveals that environmental causes of cancer are hiding in plain sight, literally, right in our own homes. Flame retardant chemicals, commonly found in everyday items like plastic kitchen utensils and non-stick pans, have been linked to an increased risk of certain types of cancer. It's clear that early detection is more crucial than it's ever been before. By combining biomarkers with artificial intelligence, companies like Biomark Diagnostics are innovating new technologies that can detect cancer at its earliest stages, potentially even before symptoms begin to appear. A recent study by Chemosphere has shed light on the shocking link between flame retardant chemicals, FRSs, and the increased risk of cancer. But what exactly are flame retardant chemicals, and where do they come from? Flame retardant chemicals are chemicals added to products to prevent them from igniting or spreading fires. They're designed to help make our homes safer. Sounds like a really good thing, right? Well, yes and no. It's complicated. While these chemicals make our homes much safer from accidental fires, they have been found to have devastating effects on our bodies. Chemosphere's study revealed that flame retardant chemicals are directly linked to cancer, endocrine disruption, neurotoxicity, and reproductive toxicity. So where exactly are these toxic chemicals hidden? They're hidden in everyday household items, including plastic kitchen utensils, spatulas, beaded necklaces, non-stick pans, stain-resistant fabrics, cleaning products, cosmetics, and even firefighting foams. That's right, the very things we use to make our lives easier and safer are potentially harming us. For example, black plastic kitchen utensils have been found to contain flame retardant chemicals that can leach into food when exposed to heat. Similarly, non-stick pans and stain-resistant fabrics contain flame retardant chemicals that can release toxins into the air or onto our skin. The impact of flame retardant chemicals on human health is staggering. These chemicals mimic fatty acids in the body, disrupting hormone production and leading to systemic health effects. For example, flame retardant chemicals have been linked to changes in estrogen levels, which can increase the risk of certain types of cancer. This is because estrogens play a critical role in regulating cell growth and differentiation. When these hormones are disrupted, it can lead to uncontrolled cell growth and tumor formation. Flame retardant chemicals have also been found to affect progesterone and testosterone levels, which can impact fertility development. This is especially concerning for pregnant women and young children who are more susceptible to the effects of these chemicals. Black plastic kitchen utensils can contain harmful flame retardants, which might leach into food, especially when exposed to heat, warns Pamela Tambini, medical doctor, a double-board certified physician in internal medicine and addiction medicine. It's not just about treating cancer, but understanding environmental causes that could prevent future cases. PFASs, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are synthetic chemicals used in food packaging, non-stick items, stain-resistant materials, waterproofing, and firefighting foams. As Dr. Nan Nguyen, a lawyer whose work focuses on PFASs, awareness and litigation, he notes that physicians, especially oncologists, should be aware of black plastic and other chemicals because it's not just about treating cancer, but also understanding environmental causes that could prevent future cases. By shedding light on the impact of flame retardant chemicals and PFASs on human health, we can take steps to reduce our exposure and protect ourselves from cancers caused by these toxic chemicals. But cancer detection is a complex process that requires accurate diagnosis and timely treatment. Enter biomarkers and artificial intelligence in healthcare. Biomarkers are biological molecules that can be used to detect disease at an early stage, often well before symptoms even begin to appear. Liquid biopsy technology is a game changer, allowing doctors to analyze a patient's urine or blood sample for the presence of cancer biomarkers. With the help of artificial intelligence and machine learning, Biomark Diagnostics compares these biomarkers against large datasets of medical information to identify patterns and anomalies that may indicate the presence of cancer. By detecting biomarkers early and more accurately, doctors can provide patients with targeted treatments and improve their chances chances of survival. This is especially important for cancers that have a high mortality rate, such as lung and pancreatic cancer. This technology also helps reduce the cost and complexity of cancer care. By identifying biomarkers at an early stage, doctors can avoid invasive procedures like biopsy and imaging tests. When it comes to minimizing exposure to flame retardant chemicals and PFASs, every little bit counts. By making a few simple changes to your daily routine, you can significantly reduce your exposure to these toxic substances. First, opt for glass food containers and stainless steel utensils instead of plastic ones. This might require a slight adjustment to your cooking habits, but the benefits are well worth it. Glass and stainless steel are non-reactive materials that won't leach flame retardant chemicals or PFASs into your food or drinks. Next, choose fragrance-free personal care products. Many personal care items contain fragrances that can release flame retardant chemicals into the air, where they can be inhaled or absorbed by your body. Opt for natural, fragrance-free alternatives to minimize your exposure. Cooking at lower temperatures for slightly longer times is another strategy for minimizing exposure. This may seem counterintuitive, as we're often tempted to crank up the heat to cook our meals quickly. However, cooking at higher temperatures can cause flame retardant chemicals and PFASs to break down and release more toxic compounds into the air and your food. By cooking at lower temperatures, you can reduce the amount of flame retardant chemicals that are actually released. Finally, education and awareness are key to minimizing exposures. It's essential to understand where these chemicals come from, how they affect our bodies, and what we can do to avoid them. By spreading awareness about the dangers of flame retardant chemicals, we can create a safer, healthier environment for ourselves and for future generations. Flame retardant chemicals and many household plastics are a significant threat to human health, linked to an increased risk of cancer, endocrine disruption, neurotoxicity, and reproductive toxicity. It's important to reduce our exposure to these toxic substances. It's just as important to consult with a medical professional for regular cancer checkups, using early-stage detection technologies like Biomark Diagnostics' liquid biopsy platform, when commercially available, to detect cancers at its earliest stages, when it's most treatable. By working together, we can create a safer, healthier environment for ourselves and future generations. Together, we can make a difference.